Hi Scorpio, I hope that you're all doing well. This reading is going to cover the next 3 days. We are starting with 3 of Wands. And the High Priestess. Okay. I'd say that you have been really moving through something on the emotional front. I feel like stuff is starting to click, things are starting to fall into place, and maybe you're even starting to see the bigger picture here. This is going to be in a satisfying way because this looks like you have been investigating something on the emotional front for you, like trying to understand the way that you feel and just what's going on and like what's your place within this and what does that mean for you, and just like navigating through all of that. So I'm seeing this is something that like you've already been doing. So coming into today, this is something that feels like it marks how far you've come within the process of all of this, and you can be like, wow, I really have come a long way. I'm also seeing that you are beginning a new chapter. We have the Ace of Pentacles here. This starts the mark of a new chapter is what I'm getting specifically, and having the High Priestess there, this is definitely something going on that you are in tune with. And you can feel like the slate is being wiped clean as well. Like a refreshing. Seeing 6 of Wands too. This is nice to see. It's like things feel like they're working. It feels like you're moving through things. And you can feel too, like I'm getting better at understanding myself on an emotional and psychological level in ways that I didn't always. Like you can be getting better at processing. You can be getting better at just having the experience connected with your emotions. Because, you know, Scorpio feels things so deeply. It is a sign that is very intense. And just like the depth of feeling that's connected with Scorpio, it can be really hard to process. It can be really hard to let go. It can be just really hard to move through things. I feel like the intensity that's connected with Scorpio can sometimes make stuff feel like so much thicker to move through. And so at this point, you can be just looking at how far you've come and realize that you really have grown so much and you really have developed so much, and that it hasn't been easy, because it's like you notice everything. You notice all the small things, you notice all the big things, you notice all the subtle things. You notice even the things that aren't physically happening, but they're being felt on an energetic level. So it's just to have all of that input constantly, learning how to master that is something so challenging. So to be able to look at this and recognize like how far you really have come with all of this, and now to be beginning a new chapter and to have the moon be there, this feels like new moon energy to me. And having Ace of Pentacles and having 6 of Wands, maybe you're starting a new chapter and you're like, I didn't know if this would really be viable or not, but it is, and I'm feeling over the moon with that. I feel like your energy is very easy to read right now, which is, when I sense that in the reading, it's because you're very clear with your energy right now, so it's just easy to kind of move through it and tell the story of what's going on. I'm seeing a very light green here, and it's see-through. It reminds me of those decorative glass beads, kind of like a marble but cut in half. And I'm seeing one specifically, I think that they're made out of glass. I'm seeing one specifically that's like seafoam green, but because it's glass, it's like totally see-through, that color. It's like almost looks a little bit blue in the right light, but it's green. Kind of like a sagey color. Things have definitely developed in a way where you can look and see that they've really developed and really expanded, yet I'm still seeing things feel difficult. I'm still seeing something had been feeling... It's like when you know you're very close to the top of the hill, but you're not totally there yet, and every step counts, and you can just also very much feel every step that you're taking. So you can look behind you and see like how far you've come, and at the same time, it doesn't make it any, like each step still feels as heavy as the next. But I am seeing this be connected with Six of Wands, so you can feel like this has really been testing your energy, and it's been really trying for you, but having that Six of Wands is how you get the win. So it shows that your efforts are going to pay off and that you are going to succeed here. Like things are going to work out. But yeah, I feel like it's been really difficult, but you've developed a lot and you've expanded a lot. And you've progressed a lot. Okay, we have the Fool here. Yeah, this really does feel like, I don't know when the next new moon is. Let me look, because I really am getting some strong energy connected with that. I'm seeing Moon and I'm seeing Uranus together with one another, but whenever I see High Priestess and Ace of Pentacles, the feeling reminds me of a new moon, and new moon is going to be the beginning of a 6-month cycle. I don't know if it's like relevant for me to look it up, but let me just so I can tell you guys. Because sometimes that happens. Maybe it's in, is it in March? Oh, perfect. This says that, so I'm actually recording this on, today is the 22nd of March, but this I think is going to be coming out on the 30th. So yeah, so I didn't know when the next new moon was, but I'm reading this and this is saying the next new moon in March 2025 will occur on Saturday, March 29th at 6:58 a.m. EDT. Oh, which is the same day as the partial solar eclipse. Interesting. Okay. That tracks for what I'm seeing here, so definitely something new that's going to be going on here. I think too, like seeing Nine of Wands and seeing the Fool, the thing that can be most difficult for us to do is to... So we can see the Fool as if we threw our caution to the wind and we really did exactly what we wanted to be doing, where we were totally in touch with our most authentic truth within us, and we had no fear. What way would we be going? Like, meaning our understanding of that was not blocked by any sort of fear or hesitance. And it was just like all about really gripping life and living life in the way that you want to. Having Nine of Wands and having the Fool is about having to take some type of leap that may feel difficult to do, but having High Priestess above it, I feel like you really are knowing yourself and trusting yourself that this is right for you. And I really do feel like this is a huge new chapter that you are beginning on the emotional front. And to have the Fool there, maybe there's something very radical that's going on here. But it will be deeply, deeply authentic. It will feel very much connected with your intrinsic truth. And there was a lot of work that had to be done for you to get to this point as well. Because this is always going to be the thing that feels difficult for us. And having the Fool be there, it's like, come on, like, look at me, I'm taking the leap. Like, you're going to take the leap too. You get to the top of there and I'm going to need you to jump over here. But that can be something that feels risky and scary. But seeing the High Priestess there, I feel like you're very closely being protected and watched over. So when you make that jump, like you are very much being watched over to make sure that you make the jump safely. And you can feel that energy around you too. Oh, we have the Magician there. So we have Mercury, we have Uranus, and we also have the Moon there too. Having Ace of Pentacles and having the Magician, this is going to be the beginning of a cycle where you have an intention to create something. You have an intention to manifest something. And having the Fool next to the Magician, this is something that if you take away like any sort of influence of anybody else's energy and it's only pure, like the pure essence of your own energy, this is just what you want to be doing here. This is your very own intention that you have for your storyline starting now. And not being held back by others. Part of this also looks like you're going to be disconnecting from something you want to disconnect from. Let's clarify. Like, maybe you're getting to a point where you're looking at a situation and you are saying to yourself, when I truly look at this, when I truly connect with this, just connected with my assessment from a place of wisdom within me, when I look at this situation, what I feel is a disconnect of some sort. And maybe even getting to a point where you feel like you'd be better off connecting with something else, but you're gonna have to trade it out. Because this feels like I'm not going to be working on stuff that doesn't feel satisfying to me anymore. I'm not going to keep putting my energy into things that I feel like are not compatible matches with me. Especially, this feels like on an emotional level, especially. Meaning, like, let's say, for example, maybe you have a relationship or even like multiple relationships that you have and you feel like there's a lack of reciprocity on the emotional front, that something's just like not really satisfying to you. Now can be the time when you are like, well, I want to create what is fulfilling and satisfying. I want to create a deeper sense of compatibility and chemistry on an emotional level. But this goes more than just emotional, because High Priestess is like on a spiritual and energetic level of compatibility, what we want to connect with. I get the sense that there can be something that you're deciding, like, I don't want to put my energy into this anymore, because you can feel like it almost like is a waste to care about it. And not that like anything ever really is a waste, but I mean in a way like you don't want to be actively putting your energy into something where you'd be happier with something else. And there can be an acceptance within the Eight of Cups where that's just what's going on within the scenario. It's not about if you want something to work out or not. It's like whether it does or not, whether that works or not, whether you feel connected or not. And do you feel connected? So there can be these big questions that you're asking yourself. But if you're really going to do this, having the Fool and the Magician and Nine of Wands can mean that you're going to have to take a leap of faith to really do this. Because otherwise this can be something that you feel too scared to do, or that it feels like too much of a risk to be doing, even though I'm seeing High Priestess and I'm seeing the Fool. So from what I'm seeing energetically, it's that this is what you are meant to be doing. You're meant to be leaving behind what's no longer aligned, and you are meant to be moving into the next energy, because that's where you're going to find the sense of connection that you're looking for. But I will say that this is something that your ego is going to feel like, no, don't do it. That's really risky. But from everything that I'm seeing, when you're really in touch with yourself, you know that this is the way. And I wonder too, if for some of you, you could have been like wanting to do this for a while, and now you finally are going to do that. And the only reason that you're doing this too is because you want to give yourself a chance to experience what you want to experience and know that that connection is really possible for you, and accept that there's something that's been going on where that's not viable anymore. So to really give yourself the best chance at being able to connect, because High Priestess is like what we really crave on the deepest levels. And if something is not satisfying that craving that you have, why are we going to keep investing our energy into it? So you're going to have to shift here. But the shift is going to be where you get to connect with what you want, so it's going to be worth it to you. And that's what this new chapter is about. Ace of Pentacles and the Magician is like, you're actually going to be able to manifest what this is that you're looking for. You just have to make this move here. You have to make up your mind. You have to decide. And I feel for some of you like you have been putting this off for a little while. So it can be time that you actually do this. And it's actually like cosmically the perfect timing for you to be doing this as well. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.